Well, Corazon, Stefan, we are always excited to present to you women who have actually made huge steps at a very young age. And this evening, we have one woman who wears hundreds of crowns. Well, not literally, figuratively. She's called Sylvia Mochabo, and she's the Miss Africa Elite 2020, Miss Africa United Nations 2020, Miss Elite Face of Africa 2020. She is the CEO of Tech Hub Holdings Limited. She is the founder of Andy Speaks for Special Needs and very many other hats that she wears, and she's with us here in the studio. Today we are celebrating the life of a reigning crown, the challenges and the glam and the glory that come with it, and plus the expectations that are actually embedded within a crown in her reigning era. But first of all, take a look at the profile that she has for you.
Jambo, my name is Sylvia Mochabo, Miss Africa Elite 2020 finalist from Kenya. I am an entrepreneur and a mother of 3 boys. As a finalist, my cause is championing for neurodevelopmental disabilities. This was advised by my journey as a parent of 2 kids on the autism spectrum disorder. Through the power of the sash, coupled with the uniqueness of my cause, various opportunities, invitations, and the privilege to interact and engage with various dignitaries arose. A hidden talent actually came alive. I currently host a TV show called Neuro Digest on Science TV. Voluntary service above self is part of my life as a Rotarian. I was recently appointed as the Assistant Public Image Coordinator for Africa Zone 22. As a menstrual health advocate, raising awareness on proper use and disposal of sanitary towels has been key. I champion to keep a girl in school and end period shame. Being an African pageant finalist has given me the platform to empower my fellow women and girls by sharing my story. Work beyond success. Be significant. This was the theme at my high tea. Graced by internationally renowned leaders as the speakers and panelists at my event, I was honored to also host our reigning queen, Mrs. Lucia Ocean, Mrs. Africa Globe Delegate 2019. I'd like to pass my sincere gratitude to my sponsors for walking this journey with me, both in kind and cash support. And for my family, it has not been easy, but they stuck it through with me. And to you judges, thank you for taking time to go through my video and see how this amazing journey has been transformational.
All right, that is the profile that Sylvia Mora carries for you. We'll be joined shortly by a team of young, beautiful girls who are also looking to get into this glam and glory. They are contestants for Miss Universe. They'll be joining us right now. But Sylvia, karibu sana. Welcome to the reigning woman.
Yeah.
You are literally a reigning woman.
Yes.
And the crown on your head and all. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So, did I get the names right? Sylvia?
Yes, Sylvia Mochabo. Perfect, actually. You got it very,
Mochabo.
Mochabo. If you were to use the Kisi accent, it would be Mochabo.
Mochabo.
Yes. But Mochabo will do just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, looking at you, sometimes somebody go like, maybe she's going to say Mochabo,
with a twang and all that.
French accent.
No, I don't pull them accents every time,
Not when it's not necessary.
When necessary, oh yeah, we'll pull it out. You have to have it all in your bag.
Right.
Yeah.
You have beautiful pictures, and I looked at your crowning ceremony. That must have been an amazing moment for you.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was. But it's always surreal until the moment you watch it from the outside. In that moment, you're still like, oh my God. Yeah.
Right.
And then, like when they're placing the crown on you, it's still downing. Then when you come back home, when you're outside there, when people celebrate you, is when it actually sinks. Like, oh my God, I did it. Personally, after someone sent me the clip, is when I was like, oh my God, yes, I actually cried at that time. But then when it's actually going on, it's those ones of like, okay, it's over, it's done. Yes.
That was all the way in Pretoria.
Yes, that was in South Africa.
The process, how did you go through the whole thing until you found yourself there?
It was actually quite a long process. It was 6 months because you have to reign in your country. Like the profile you saw, all those are things that I did before I was actually crowned Miss Africa down in South Africa. So we have expectations. We have to serve society because pageantry is about service to others. So you have to have a cause, like what you stand for. So for me, it was neurodevelopmental disabilities, and for Africa pageants, menstrual health is top on the list. And for the crown for Elite Face of Africa, it's more about gathering resources to help other people. So we have a project as Africa Queen Foundation where we support people with goiter down in DRC. Even here in Kenya, if there's like a case that we can just present it over and you can be sorted. Like we give free surgeries for that. Yeah.
But all this you did before you actually crowned.
Yeah.
How did you find yourself getting, associating yourself with all these little projects, big projects, meeting people, probably even doing it outside the country? I mean, was it passion? Did you have connections?
Yeah. You make your own connections. Actually, that journey is about building you to be a better person. So for me, yes, I've always been a go-getter. I always put myself out there. I had this dream of actually founding Andy Speaks, but now I had a better reason. I had I had a push now to do it, because you have to show. You have to show what you're out there for. You have to put yourself out there as vulnerable as much as you think you can't do it. You just get that strength to like, I have to do it. If I want to do it, I have to get it done. And for me, Africa Pageants was a platform now to raise the issues of invisible disability. And it's a passion, like you say, and I'm fighting for my own children and other women and other children out there in the African continent. Because our culture creates a mind shift that is not favorable to parents with children who are disabled. Especially now, the disability that people don't understand because you can't see it. So because I lived the life, of course, I was speaking from a point of experience. So also that was an added advantage.
All right. So it wasn't just the beauty; it was what was you were passionate about, what you had done with the society. Modeling. This is an art. This isn't a talent. I mean, how is it the one person has the grace to not topple over?
It takes confidence, actually. It's more about confidence, because I had never walked a runway. The only one time I actually dared to do that, when I was in high school in Alliance, Form 1s used to do like a certain entertainment to the school. So I was like, okay, the easiest thing I can do, because I'm naturally an artist, I can't start drawing as a talent. So it's like a talent show. So that was the first time like I walked. Like your knees actually give way sometimes, but you just have to like get yourself together and do it. So on that evening, I didn't have time. I was focused more on being a change agent on the ground than like, oh my God, I gotta do my poise, I gotta do this, I gotta learn how to walk. So when the day comes, like the first few weeks of the pageant week, you're like, okay, judges are here, you have to walk. That time you only saw it for like 30 seconds, someone doing it, and never had time to practice. So I panicked, of course. But then I was like, okay, all I need to know is how to turn. So I told the guys who had the time to go and do their walks and stuff like that. Because guys came, they were the people we met when we were being searched, and the people who came now for the finals were totally different. Guys had transformed, people had confidence, guys had, like, it's a life transformational journey. So I walked it, and I was like, okay, in my head I knew I had flopped. So when I was being awarded all this, I got like 19 certificates, like best model, best this. I'm like, oh my God, I did it, you know? So it takes confidence and believing in yourself, much like everything else in life.
So if you're not going to topple, it's because you had confidence.
And then get the right shoes.
Well, get the right shoes, definitely.
Right shoes,
I am 100% sure I cannot go beyond 4 inches. I don't know. But you know, you're going to tell us all about it, because we're actually going to demonstrate the modeling
here. My God. Okay.
And I hear that you have to seduce the camera. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, you gotta get in the mood.
You're going to show it. But then I have some children who are beautiful and graceful as well. And they're looking to get into this glam and glory of, well, reigning, being a reigning crown. And they're here today. Do you want to mentor them?
Of course. I actually like Little Miss World, or the one from Kirinyaga County. I did a project for Cancer Ward, and I invited her over because that's what she's passionate about, cancer children. And like seeing her there, seeing her confidence, we actually did a walk together, and I was like, go girl, you know, like at such an early age, when a woman gets her confidence at that age, she's unstoppable. And if her heart is in the right place, like the way she was speaking about, because this was a children's cancer ward, the way she interacted with them, for me, I was like, God, that's one for me. And that's one future one for you, you know?
Okay, we're going to be ushering them in. That would be amazing. Fraji, I don't know if we are ready for them. Mike, I don't know if you're ready for them so that they can join us. We have heard about Miss Universe, and the idea is that this is a woman who is confident and probably grounded and fully positioned, and she's ready to show the whole universe that this is a grounded, fully positioned and confident woman. But have you ever thought of a little Miss Universe? What would be in such a little girl? Don't go too far. All right, welcome back. This is Reigning Woman, and we're talking about the life of a reigning crown. We know about the reigning Miss Universe, and we've already said she must be a positioned, confident, and powerful woman. But what about a little Miss Universe? Hello, Imani. How are you? Are you ready to be the Miss Universe?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah. Have you met Mora? Do you know her? How do you feel meeting a reigning crown?
It feels nice.
Right?
I'll get to know her.
You'll get to know her. Yeah. Would you want to put that crown on your head someday? Yeah. Okay. It feels good, right? It feels like being a little princess.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be a crown? Why do you want a crown? Why do you want to be Little Miss Universe?
Maybe it will feel nice.
Right.
I will encourage the other people they continue their power. Yeah.
All right. Karibuni sana. Sorry for
Thank
the
you very
traffic. This is Little Miss Universe. She's a contestant.
Yes.
And I know that you're the one who's holding their hands. What is all this about?
So Little Miss Universe, majorly, it's the smaller version of Miss Universe, whereby we mentor kids into building themselves to get that confidence to lead other people. So it's majorly for kids who are aged 4 years to 17 years.
4 years?
Yes.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
Is she out of diaper? Yeah, she's out of diaper. She's not out of 40 yet.
No. It depends.
Right now, 4-year-old kids
they're done with potty training.
Yeah,
all right, we'll get there. Okay.
So 4 years to 17 years. So they go with mini category, the mini Miss Universe. We have Little Miss Universe. But now, the major person who is going to win here is going to represent the country in Georgia. Because of this coronavirus, it has been pushed to July.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're professional models at this age. Somebody like Imani can model. Imani, can you model?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just about to show us that, you know?
Yeah.
You're ready?
Yes.
All right. Sylvia, you do have an opportunity here to talk about the life of a reigning crown. Most people see the glam. I mean, all I'm seeing is a crown and a beautiful woman. And I'm sure that is what Imani wants. What does it take, and what are some of the nitty-gritties within this life?
Responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's just not about the glitz and glam. It's a lot of responsibility. Remember, you are the face of the pageant that you're standing. The virtues, how you are as a woman. You're an example to others. So there is all the do's and don'ts in terms of you have to be very upright. So it's not all about glamour, and it's responsibility. You have to be there for people. You have to continue with your cause. You have to still be a change agent, and at the same time, remember your life goes on. So despite being a model, being asked to show up in events and stuff like that, I still have to have time for my children. Remember, mine is MS because I'm a divorcee. So I still have to have time for my kids. I still have to run my business, and remember, I have 3 titles, not just one. Right. So there are, in all of them, I have responsibilities that I have to keep doing. Yeah.
So life has to move.
Life moves. You have to be very organized to actually ensure you deliver in all of that. So, and then it doesn't end just because, oh, I've been crowned. Now all I have to do is like, oh yeah, I did, and I'm like, about that. You know, it's not all about that. Right. You have to continue. Like mine is, it's like a 3-year contract. Because now I'm still in the process of going for Miss United Nation in Toronto in August. That is where I'm representing the entire continent. And there I have like placed courses of what it is I want to do. I have to continue with my menstrual health advocacy. I have to continue with the neurodevelopmental disabilities and women empowerment. And recently I took up cancer because actually I didn't know, like, we have children who have suffered from cancer until I spent time with them over Christmas. Actually last week we lost a child, which was very emotional for me. This is the first day I'm coming out because it hits me really hard because these are kids with a future ahead of them, and I look at them, I'm like, what did they do to deserve this? When they go through that. So we did a project, and that's why I had the other Little Miss World with me, because what we did, we gathered toys, we installed for them TVs and entertainment, because they sit for 8 hours going through chemo. Imagine a child who's supposed to be out there playing, and they have to stay in hospital months on end.
Right.
So it's quite a big responsibility to say.
So there is responsibility with the glam and the glitz that comes with it.
Yes.
Are children at this age trained to embrace the responsibility that comes with the glam of the crown? Do you teach them?
Yeah, they usually go through a boot camp, majorly before the contesting day, and after that, so that at least they understand, like, before we go out there. Who are we representing at the end of the day? What are we bringing out at the end of the day? Am I just going to be putting on that crown and taking photos with everyone in school and saying I'm a celeb? No. At the end of the day, they have to represent what they are carrying that crown for.
All right. So they must have a responsibility attached to the crown.
Yes.
And they are taught that.
Yes.
So for instance, Imani, what does Imani have attached to her ambition? Has she identified?
Yes. For now, like the last year, she hosted the East Africa Kids Fashion Magazine.
All right.
And then after that, that's how we realized she has this talent for like hosting and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah?
So moving forward, she's joining an art club and an environmental club.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, they have to have something that they're holding on to, a project that after the crowning, they can run with and proceed with whatever they're going to do.
You actually are going to take us for a break, so prepare mentally. You're going to look at that camera, or your camera, and then you're going to take us for a break, right? The show is called Raining Woman, okay? Yeah. Can you say Raining Woman?
Raining Woman.
Yes, Raining Woman. So you're going to take us for a break. How do you know that this is what you want? Do you already know that this is the life of the crown is what you want?
Yeah.
How do you know? When did you realize you're such a classic model?
Okay, I started modeling when I was like 9 years.
9 years old?
Yeah.
Do you know what I was doing when I was 9 years old? I think I was playing rounders. So 9 years.
Being tomboys and all that.
I know, right? Trying to see if shots look nice on me. How old are you today?
I'm 12.
You're 12?
Yeah.
So it's been like how many years? 4 years?
4 years.
3 years?
Three.
Yeah, three.
Okay, so you started modeling at 9 years.
Yeah.
When was that? When was the first time you modeled in front of people, and what was their reaction?
It was nice. I was like a little bit nervous because it was my first time being on a runway.
Yeah.
That was in 2018.
Yeah,
Last year, but
yeah.
was that at school?
No, it was
Little Miss World.
yeah, Little Miss World.
Did you just wake up one day and decide, no, I'm going to model? No. What happened?
We have been practicing. Yeah. Then, okay. It was nice, and when when you were first we were doing the practice. Yeah, practice. Make sure that you don't
you don't fall.
Yeah,
she actually said something. She gave me a secret. She told me that you have to make sure you have the right shoes.
Yeah.
Ask her another question, Ask her a question. She's right here. She's been doing this for, she's representing the universe. And Africa, she has like 19 crowns. Oh yeah? It's 19 cities. I know. That's great, right?
How did she get all that?
Ask her a question. You're here. Ask her.
How do you manage to be on stage without that fear, without all the mixture of fear and you're like, what if I don't do this right? What if I do this wrong? How will I feel? How do the people feel about me? Yeah.
Okay, at that moment, you what I usually do, fear is always there. I remember when we were walking from the back to the front, then there's always the choreography of how you, So by the time I got to the side, I was my knees were giving way. So when I was going up the stairs, I was like, you know what, this is my moment. There's no rehearsal. This is it. I've already done my rehearsal, so I have to take it. I don't like failure. I go for it. So I had fun in it. You see, when we're doing it behind the scenes, you just imagine that's it. You're alone, you and the people that you know. And remember, the lights are always so strong, you can't even see people. So you just, and if you better remember what you were saying about having a relationship with the camera.
You have to have a relationship with the camera.
This is me. This is my moment. I'm on camera. When you put that in your mind, don't focus on, oh my God, because if you think it will happen, right? Just focus I can do this. I've done it so many times before. This is just the final. It has to be the best of it. So be positive and confident. With that, asking me, your body aligns.
I'm impressed by your confidence. Girl, you're not shaking at all.
No.
Were you born like this? You have a feeling, right?
Yeah.
You actually have a feeling you're born this confident.
You tell her you've hosted a show before.
Yeah. You have, right? Yes. And that's the reason why I wanted to take us for a short break. And I wanted to tell the viewer at home that when we come back, we're going to come back with you guys modeling. You guys actually doing a modeling, right?
Yeah.
So
We're doing a catwalk.
Right? Yeah, you'll do a catwalk. So we're just going to have a short break. I know we're supposed to have an hour break later on, but I just want us to do this so we can transition into you modeling. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So where is your camera? Fraji says that is your camera. He's called Fraji, by the way, the gentleman right there. But this is your camera, right? So do you want us to take a short break?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
So guys, we are taking a quick short break. See you next when we are going for a runway catwalk. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, welcome back. You're still watching The Reigning Woman. We are celebrating the life of a reigning crown, and we have a reigning crown, Miss Africa Elite and Miss Universe. All the other crowns on it, she will actually elaborate better. But we also have young, beautiful girls who are ambitious that they're going to be holding the crown of Little Miss Universe. And that is the reason I'm introducing to you the very crowned and reigning Miss Africa Elite 2020. And then, the Little Miss Universe. I think I'm actually good at that. Okay. All right, and that is not it. We also have Beryl, who is going to be joining the team for Little Miss Universe contestants. Good. Nice. All right. So can we have another one that comes to the center? Okay. And then Beryl joined the team. Okay, I think that was beautiful. I think that's really beautiful. What is the art all about, Sylvia?
Of walking.
Yeah, the art of walking. I mean, what is it? Because I know these young girls are looking forward to being on that glamorous stage.
There is
the
confidence,
right.
there is body structure, of course, how you stand upright. Then you try as much as possible walk in a straight line. It's actually all about the turn.
Okay.
How you turn is the ultimate in how your body moves, the grace. But it depends with what you're wearing, you know, like when you're doing casual wear, when you're doing evening wear, the speed of how you walk, that is what actually
do they have it? Have you seen it? Can they do another walk?
Yeah, they can. Okay,
right.
let's like she's in a gown. Okay, so walk
let's
like
see.
you're doing evening wear short.
Good. Let's go, Imani. Nice. And then the turn.
The turn.
Okay. And then the work. Very well. Awesome.
Right.
Very your turn. Nice. Okay, I know the young girls out
yes,
there who are watching.
Yes, there is that confidence. Remember, she's anxious. I can tell from the walk. She is anxious. You can tell her confidence. But I would like for her to be more upright than more tilted.
Get the posture.
You know,
up.
like shoulders and head up. All right.
All right.
So you should be able to walk with your crown without. You know,
all right.
Like it's all composed in how it is that you walk. If you over tilt, if you're wearing it, remember sometimes it can just fall off.
If
you don't want. Yeah, of course it can, because you know it's like held in place, but it's very delicate. As delicate as the crown is, it should be the same flower as delicate as it is. So how you stand. I know when people are taking photos, guys always like, oh, cross your feet. That's actually a no. That's a crime. No crossing. Yeah, that story of crossing your feet
because
is
I
not
love
allowed.
it very much. You know?
No. It should be.
Yeah.
See, 50% of your leg out and tilted. All right.
All
So if you want to create that arc, that is what you should do.
Okay.
See, when you stand like this, it should be at ease.
All right. Beryl, do you guys want to try that? The footwork? Okay.
Yeah, you see, like that.
All right.
So when you're turning, it should just be one step.
All right.
Then you rotate and you will be back at the same. Yeah.
Okay.
So you will be back at the same place.
There's a lot involved with this, guys, and I'm sure we probably should cover the traveling bit of it. But Beryl is joining us. How are you? Pole sana ulichelewa kwa traffic.
Come here, Beryl.
Kuja hapa karibu. Have you met Miss Africa Elite 2020?
Yes.
Are you happy to meet her?
Yes.
All right. So tell me, do you want to be the Little Miss Universe?
Yes.
What do you want? Why do you want to be Little Miss Universe?
Because I want to help small children like my age to build Miss Universe next year.
Wow, beautiful. What question do you have for Miss Africa Elite 2020?
How do you feel when you become Miss Africa?
Of course, you get excited because it's a goal you set. We all go there to win. So when you actually win, it is quite exciting.
Right.
But what I always would like for the young girls to remember, don't let it get to your head. Don't change who you are. That is what most people are like, oh my God, you're still the same. I'm like, yeah, it's only a crown. I put it down. My life goes on, you know. I'm still Sylvia.
Right.
So I don't have to say, oh, like, oh, now I can't talk to you. Oh, now I have to change my, you know. It is, I'm still who I am.
Right.
And then while you get into this, don't forget that. That's
right.
your core. That's the inner you. Don't lose that. Always be authentic and be yourself.
Okay, beautiful. There's a lot of traveling, and I know their manager is going to be coming in at some point also to tell us what this is also all about as we finish. But there's a lot of traveling involved with this. I think that is where the glam and the glory, you know, happens. Is there too much traveling? What kind of places do you visit? I'm sure Imani and Beryl want to know. And does money come with this? Do you have money bags coming with all this glory and glam?
Oh my God! You know, everyone always thinks, like when I came back, everyone was like, oh my God, you must be so loaded. Actually, you spend money. You fundraise for yourself. Unless you have a big, mighty sponsor who sponsors all your travels, I have to fund my travels. All the things, all the charity I do, I have to bring my friends together to get it done. I have to think of how I'm going to fundraise. On the profile you had about the high tea, that was my way of fundraising. So unless you're in a pageant that actually has a big sponsor who pays for everything, eventually it's all on you. You pay for everything for yourself. But then now you have to know how to seize the opportunity. Like you can become a brand ambassador. Oh yeah, we are open for brand. We just do this like, yeah, we are open for brand ambassador.
Yeah,
you know, like we are available for that because that's the only way we can fundraise to be able to go for all this.
Right.
Like for me, right, as Miss Africa, I'm supposed not only to work in Kenya but work in other countries. So of course that means a lot of travel and stuff like that. Because under Miss United Nation, you have to bring in the unity aspect of it and bringing people together. Same thing. So you have to fundraise, and it teaches you a lot of responsibilities and how to handle things, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure we're also going to talk about how your social life changed, but I want to ask Imani, like, how do your friends, since you started modeling and doing everything else that you're doing, and definitely your ambitions are big, you know, Miss Universe, you know, it's a big thing. Have your friends changed? Do you have many friends now?
Yeah, lots. Like, okay, probably like, yeah, I do have friends, a lot of them. Like when maybe you want something from me, because I'm really motivating,
Right.
When people are in trouble, they come to me, like, because they have heard of my stories, but then they want to know how I build that courage and confidence to face other people.
Jesus, do you even have to build it? All right. Beryl, have your friends changed? Do you have more friends now?
Yes, I have a lot of friends.
Right.
But some of them they always change their minds. Now sometimes they always come with some friends, and then they make me have more friends.
Wow. They want to play with you because they know that you're going to be a big person. All right. Would you like to travel like Sylvia does to other countries? Which is the one country you'd really like to go to when coronavirus is over?
I love to go to America.
Wow. I'm sure Trump has had you. He might just do something. All right. We're going to be playing for you a short clip on the African dance that happens with models. But let's first of all get to know the social aspects and challenges that come with it from Sylvia herself. You know, I'm trying to imagine that you were in the limelight and not just continental limelight. This is global limelight, you know. I mean, girl, has your life changed socially?
Of course, yes, it has changed.
Right.
I used to have a lot of time in my... okay, that's a lie. I never have time. But now it's even worse because you're busy. Every little 1 hour you have, you're helping here, you're being called here and there. So there are friends who feel like I have abandoned them. But actually what happens is your life becomes so busy, you hardly have time for you. Yeah, if I used to be the one to check up on me, it would be nice if someone picks up the call and just asks how you're doing, because you're not partying as much as you used to be because responsibilities change. And this is me now. This is who I am. I can't turn the clock. So embrace the person the way they are. It's not about attitude. It's not because unajifeel now or something like that. It's just there is so much on your plate. Sometimes some things can slip through your fingers, and it's not because you want to. You have new people, you have new responsibilities. You know, I report to South Africa. I have to account for all the things that I am doing. I have to say this is what I intend to do. I have to get authorization for everything that I have to do, you know. So things have changed. So like, reach out to people. Don't, I would like for people not to have this umbrella thing of like, oh, now you're a celebrity, so we can't talk. I'm still Sylvia, man.
I know, but you're still a celebrity, you know. No,
it's fine.
I'm sure Imani would like to know who are the most senior people, Imani and Beryl, the most senior people you have actually met in the world.
In the world, I have met the ambassador to the UK, the former ambassador to the UK. I have met a lot of CSs, Ministry of Labour. I've sat with the Ministry of Health team trying to explain what it is I'm trying to do. I have met with the head of National Council. We see the like you know, like sometimes you're like, I'm looking for this person. I'm like, okay, let me call them. People look at you like, what the heck? What do you mean you?
You know, like I have that
contact. So like,
they're just a call away.
No, but it depends with what it is you do. You need to align yourself. If you're trying to change Kenya, you need to know the right person to talk to. And that's the point at which you realize you actually know. Like, you realize, oh, Manishonari is on my phone list. I can, you know, this business people. So you also depend who you want to put yourself out there to, you know. I've met the ambassador for currently in Germany. I've met the one for South Africa. I've gone to embassies and stuff like that. I have a lineup.
Basically, you're a global figure. Can you just make the conclusion?
But I still want to go and meet the president. And the one thing that I actually found so cool is I wrote to the first lady and she responded. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, who wouldn't respond? You are Miss Africa, Elise. But
you know,
Imani, you've heard, I mean, everything she's doing and her responsibilities. Has this challenged you? Has this made you want to do more or take on a harder or higher level of responsibility? Has this challenged you?
Yeah. I have to like balance it with my studies and the modeling career. So I focus first on my studies when I'm in school. Then modeling I take it later, let's say when I'm in holidays. So
which school are you in? Which class, by the way, or which grade?
I'm in St. Mary's Roraka, and I'm in class 7.
Which is your favorite subject?
Maths.
Mathematics?
Yeah.
You're a mathematician and a model?
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Amazing.
Okay. Beryl, what is it after meeting her? Has this made you think differently of modeling and being Little Miss Universe?
It has made me feel like I started to be Little Miss Universe.
Nice, well, World Health Organization would kill you if they saw you hugging. But if it's allowed, we disinfected. All right. So, do you already know what you want to do as charity or as a responsibility in the society?
Yes. I feel like I want to be a person who helps small children, so that one day they can be just like Little Miss Universe feels.
Wow, that's just really amazing. All right, as we really wrap up, you know, well, the glam, you said, it doesn't come with money bag. You have to really work hard for everything that you have. But then these young girls are getting into this world and they have chances of, you know, getting to the very... but then we still have parents who haven't embraced modeling as something that can be a career, you know? Is it worth it as a career?
As a career, remember, there is modeling, there is runway, then there is pageantry. That's what people don't get. There is a difference between the two. There is fashion modeling, where it is about the clothes, the glitz and glam, you know, the what are they called, the Kardashian style kind of thing, where you're the face. Then there is the brand ambassador kind, you know. So you have to know where you want to be positioned. And then there is a lot of vices in the space. That's why sometimes I'm like, I'm so young. I'm like, oh, okay, if I had gone, I had tried earlier, and I'm like, knowing now what I know, I think it's bigger that the children get as we're trying to mold them to understand, we still protect them from the rest of the crawling world. There is a sprawling, vicious reality out there in the world. But then, once we encourage them, let them have a firm foundation of who it is they are.
Okay, who they really are. All right, I'm told our time is up and we may not be able to delve into this any deeper or any better, but I do wish you all the best. And I know that I'm going to get more details on how exactly the world can support you to become what you want to be, right?
Yeah.
And then do remember that you can also check this out on our timelines. Share and tell your friends to tell their friends to support you the way that you want them to support you. All the best, Imani. All the best, Beryl. I'm really proud of you. Asante sana kwa kuja, Sylvia. All right, that is Sylvia Mochabo. She says if you're from where she comes from, she says Mochabo. And then we have Mohani and Beryl, who are contestants for Little Miss Universe. We may not have enough time to tell you more about what they want from you, but do check out our timelines at TV47KE on Twitter and on Facebook for more details on these contestants and their dream and ambition. Thank you very much for tuning in to Reigning Woman this Tuesday with me, Corazon Stefan. Until tomorrow morning, good night and thank you.